Hey mamas, so it is August, yay! It's the start of a new school year and it might not feel like yay to everyone, but if you haven't seen it, a few weeks ago I did a start over button video. If you had a rough school year last year, go ahead and watch that. It'll kind of feed into what we're talking about today, but today we are going to talk about something a little different. It is called First Things First, so come along with me. Okay, so it is August, so every one of us is starting a new school year. And I know that sometimes back to school can feel a little daunting because you're starting everything new, but don't let it. So I hope that you guys are a little bit romanticizing the idea that we get to run our own schedules this year and be moms that get to be home with our kids, and that we start this year off with gratitude, because that's so important. Because sometimes when we start our year off with looking at all the negative, sometimes it can feel a little bit daunting, especially if you feel like you didn't get everything done that you wanted to get done last year. So I wanted to talk about today first things first. So because it's a new school year, and when we start things over, sometimes we start in reflection. One of the things I want to challenge all of us on is to do better integrating the Bible and time with the Lord into our homeschool, to integrate a little bit more into our homeschool. And the main reason for that is that it is so incredibly easy to get distracted. And if you have ever had quiet time in the morning, you will know that that is the time that everything happens, unless you get really intentional to make sure that it doesn't. And so because of that, if you maybe didn't have a really great year with this last year and you are looking forward to integrating more Bible and more time in God's Word and spending more time in prayer, or teaching your kids more about God's Word, this is a perfect year to start. Another thing that I would highly suggest, because it is a new year, is prayerfully talking to the Lord about any areas that just did not work for you last year. This seems hyper spiritual, but really it is. If you go and you look through things that you know that you could have done better, or things that didn't work out, and just asking the Lord to just show you what to do and give you wisdom. James 1:5 says that if we ask for wisdom, that God will give it to us generously without finding fault. And I cling to that verse like it is my lifeline, because without it, I lack a lot of wisdom. You know, some of us are smarter than others. That's my life verse. Like, Lord, I need wisdom. I need a lot of wisdom. Give me wisdom. Anyway, so yes, that is my life verse, and that is what I'm hanging on to, that the Lord can give me wisdom. Something that I find really interesting is that if you look in the Old Testament and the New Testament, what is a clear, explicit instruction to parents is to bring up their children in training and instruction of the Lord. A lot of times we get so distracted as Christians that we look because we want our kids in all the things. And really the main command that God gives us is that we should be raising up our children in training and instruction of the Lord. And this looks so different in each season. I love that Deuteronomy 6 talks about that we should talk to our children as we walk along the way, and as we lie down, and as we get up. So that it's not a huge pressure to have a 35-minute devotional every day, or an hour and 35-minute devotional every day, but yet throughout the day we should be retracking our children's brains and hearts and minds towards the Lord, and doing the same for us, and allowing us to walk in His commandments all day long. I hope this helps. I hope it's just a quick encouragement to say, hey mama, I know it's a new year. Just because it was hard last year, or maybe it was awesome last year, last year's gone. It's a new start today, and that I hope we remember to put first things first. All right, God bless.